You know, in fact, you're not even going to be saying, sorry, what did you say with this? Because the fragrance alone is sort of like doing the whole, yeah, sorry, excuse me. My people, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time seeing my face, then salutations. My name is Priscilla, aka Prissy, aka Sissy, aka Ela, aka Silla, aka Miss Prissy baby. And I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. So if that's something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing, like this video, and let's get right into the video of today. On today's video, we will be talking about some of my best boozy gourmand fragrances in my collection. Now, as we're gradually approaching the fall season or the autumn season, whichever you call it, I thought this would be a perfect time to talk about some of my best boozy gourmand fragrances. These are sort of warm fragrances that feel like a hug. Some of them feel like a cuddle, some of them feel like a spoon, while some of them feel like a hug. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, which one feels like what, but or maybe I will, maybe I won't, maybe I will. We'll see how we get on with the video. So if you want to know some of my, or you want to hear about some of my best gourmand boozy fragrances in my collection, guys, emphasis on boozy. So all of these fragrances either have a boozy note or sort of give me a boozy feel. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. First fragrance I will be talking about today is from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, and it's called Amo. That is the bottle right there. It sort of has like this pinkish looking sort of juice, and has that silver, you know, bit at the top with a silver cap, which I absolutely love. And it's got the note of Campari in it. Now, when I first saw the notes in this fragrance, I thought, oh my goodness, when last did I hear about Campari? Like, Campari used to be one of like my parents' favorite mixers. Like, they love to mix, I don't know what they mix with their Campari, but I know it was one of the mixers they like to use in most of like their cocktails. I am going to sniff it and then I'll tell you the notes. So let's do a quick sniff test. I really do like this. It smells sort of fizzy, it smells sort of fruity to my nose. It is very sweet, and it's not the sort of fragrance that as soon as you smell, it smells like boozy in the traditional like rum brandy sort of booze. This is more like a fizzy sort of booze. The notes in this fragrance are Campari, which I already mentioned. It's got blackcurrant, rosemary, it's got some rhubarb in the middle notes. Oh, I love this fragrance. It's so beautiful and so sweet. And then it's got some jasmine, sambac, mate, and in the base notes it's got Tahitian, vanilla, ambroxan, and sandalwood to give it a bit of depth. I personally can't smell the rhubarb in this fragrance. I can smell the blackcurrant notes. I can't really say I remember what Campari smells like, but I do like the fact that it's got a hint of alcohol in it. It does smell fizzy, so I want to think that the Campari notes in there. I don't know, but it smells a bit like, I don't know, it doesn't lean like brown alcohol, it just leans more like a champagne-y wine sort of alcohol. I really do like this. I think it's so sweet, I think it's so beautiful. And in terms of longevity, this lasted long on my clothes, but not necessarily on my skin. I think my skin ate this up very quickly. But I think it's a really nice fragrance to have in your collection. If you're looking for a boozy fragrance to try, then by all means, go ahead and try Ferragamo Amo. I've not heard loads of people talk about this as well. I think it's such a beautiful fragrance and I definitely recommend. Oh, I also forgot to mention, it is also quite affordable, I think. The price tag on this one was quite reasonable. So yeah, go ahead and try it. That's Amo by Ferragamo. Next fragrance I'll be talking about is from the house of Initio, and it's Side Effect. I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's a compliment getter. It is a beautiful, sophisticated, cool, boozy fragrance with that hint of tobacco in it. So it kind of smells smoky, kind of smells boozy, at the same time kind of smells cool and warm. I don't know, it's such, I just really like this fragrance. So let's just remind ourselves, I'm only doing one sniff, or I'm only doing one spritz of this fragrance because it's expensive. Oh, this is grown, mature. I know what I'm talking about. I mean business. I don't talk too much, but at the same time my fragrance is going to do the talking. You know, that sort of I don't talk too much. Sorry, what did you say? You know, that sort of, you know. In fact, you're not even going to be saying sorry, what did you say with this, because the fragrance alone is sort of like doing the whole, yeah, sorry, excuse me. I absolutely love this fragrance. I think it's so mature, so grown. It's elegant, it's exquisite. I could go on and on and on about Initio side effects, and it's beast mode. It is long lasting. Every time I have worn this fragrance, I have always gotten compliments. I mean, every time I have worn it, I'm not even joking. I mean, every time I've worn this fragrance, I have gotten a compliment. So it is such a compliment getter, and it's my favorite fragrance from the house of Initio. Well, until I kind of sampled how Oud for Greatness recently, and I was like, okay, there's something there, even though I'm not a fan of Oud, but I did like Oud for Greatness actually. But yes, Side Effect is my favorite Initio what am I saying? Side Effect is my favorite Initio fragrance at the moment. Now, in terms of the notes in this fragrance, just because I have to read out the notes for you, it's got rum, vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon, and I literally can smell every note that I have just mentioned in this fragrance. I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, that is Side Effect by Initio. Now, the next fragrance I'll be talking about, of course, is from the house of Kilian. Kilian are the people, or the grandsons or the grandkids of Hennessy. So I think they just sort of like, oh, could you give us some Hennessy to put in our fragrance? And this is Angel Share. Loads of people have talked about this fragrance, so I'm not going to say too much, but I don't know if you can see the dent I have put on this fragrance. I don't know if the dent is very obvious. I don't know. But I bought this fragrance during summertime or spring, I would say, earlier in the year. And although I think this is more a winter, autumn fragrance, I did somehow wear it because I love this fragrance so much. Now, Initio Side Effect is boozy, smoky. Kilian Angel Share is boozy, sweet, yummy, warm. Angel Share is a fragrance that I think feels like a massive warm hug. It is a hug to me, this fragrance. Yeah, this is a beautiful fragrance. Absolutely love it. It's got notes of cognac, cinnamon, tonka bean, oak. In the base notes, it's got praline, vanilla, and sandalwood. So that praline and vanilla note, just they do the most in this fragrance. Now, the next fragrance I'll be talking about, although it doesn't have a boozy note to it, but in it smells boozy. I have done a full review of this fragrance on my channel, and it's Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. Now, although this fragrance does not have boozy notes in it, it kind of smells boozy. When I talked about this fragrance previously on my channel, I mentioned that it smells to me like a cherry cake that has been soaked in alcohol for a year. And my best friend sort of called me out, and she was like, have you ever eaten cake that has been stored for a year? Well. Next question. Maybe not, but I know my parents' wedding cake, they did store it, you know, and I think they used it to actually celebrate their first year anniversary. I digress. Anyways, this fragrance smells to me like a cherry cake that has been soaked in alcohol for a year, and I'm saying that again. It is, although it doesn't have a boozy note, it kind of smells like it's got a boozy note, and it's got this cherry feeling to it. It sort of smells sweet, it sort of smells a bit spicy, warm, and I think it's such a beautiful fragrance. I will definitely, and I think it definitely deserves to be on this boozy list, although it doesn't have that boozy note. Now, the notes in this fragrance, there's a lot. I'm only going to mention the top accords, and it's got sour cherry, tobacco leaf, honey, chocolate, and hazelnut. Guys, honestly, did you just hear the notes I mentioned? This fragrance has got honey, it's got chocolate, it's got hazelnut, it's got sour cherry. Who doesn't want to smell yum? I don't need to say anymore. I move on. And then finally, another fragrance that, although doesn't have the boozy note in it as well, but kind of smells boozy to me, it's from the house of Oud, and it's called Date Delight. This fragrance is so beautiful. I really do like the bottle. Apparently, these bottles are individually hand painted. So if you get any fragrance from this house, this is individually hand painted. It sort of looks like an egg, and this is actually where the fragrance is, and this is the base. The base just says House of Oud there. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but this fragrance has got notes of date, peony. In the middle notes, it's got cinnamon, tonka bean, caramel, coumarin, and in the base notes again, it's got honey, sugar, vanilla, benzoin, and labdanum. I mean, it's got honey, it's got vanilla, it's got tongue, it's got, oh my god, it's got a lot going on. This is absolutely packed. And those dates as well, the dates, I can pick the date notes, but it also smells like dates that have sat for a while, you know. Absolutely love it. I think it smells sophisticated as well, and it's got the sugar. Guys, if you I don't think I need to say more than that. Anyways, those are all the fragrances I wanted to talk about on this video. Those are some of my best boozy gourmand fragrances for the autumn. You know, we're gradually going, I won't say winter because winter is, and I'll do another list when it's, so for the autumn season, go ahead and explore these fragrances. I absolutely do love them. If there are any other boozy fragrances that you think I should try, please go ahead and let me know in the comment section. I am actually looking to expand my boozy, you know, fragrances in my collection, so please let me know if there are any other boozy fragrances that I should be trying. Also, go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please like, please share, please subscribe, and until I see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video, stay beautiful, stay blessed, hi, and bye.